Hey everybody, welcome back. Wanted to give everybody a garden update, see where we were at. I hope everybody enjoyed their Father's Day. I certainly did. Got a sweet grill and got to enjoy spending time with the family. So here we are in the garden. There's the lone pear tree. Has a lot of bug holes all over the leaves, but it is still growing. So I'm just not quite sure exactly what's chewing on it, but it's still, I planted it first year, was last year, so it's only second year, so I doubt I'll get any small fruit off it or anything like that. But you know, as long as it's staying alive, that's all that matters to me. So we'll start over here. As far as the garden goes, I have along the bottom, I have my peas. Seem to be doing well. I did end up with a bare spot where no peas grew. These were all from seed planted outside. But in this bare spot, I also did find that bad boy, which is a tomato plant, which is weird placing for that because I did not grow tomatoes over here last year. But must be when I was chucking all the nasty stuff over the fence. Maybe one stuck, and I have a tomato plant growing here. Another pea plant there, small one, very small one down there, and then a couple more along the fence line. These are my radishes, and you can see this monster here is going to be quite the big radish, and this is not ready yet. Well, it is. What do you say? Let's pull this one. Let's pull it. There we go. There we go. Well, it's even splitting, so it's definitely was ready to go. That's splitting. It means it's getting a lot of water. I think that's what it means. So I'll come back and get that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna harvest a few of these this year, and then the rest I'm gonna have. See, now that one is the bugs are getting to it, definitely. So what I'm gonna do, especially like with that one, I'm just gonna let them go to seed. That'll be late summer, before they grow up tall, and I can get some seeds off them because I haven't learned how to get seed off of those yet. Here's my bean bushes. See, the one here is dying or dead. I think that was my son's, and then that one's not doing too well, but it's I hope. And then the rest are doing really well. And then we got, these are sunflower seeds. This one seems to be enjoyed a lot by the ants. I don't quite know why, but they don't seem to be causing harm. I do have one watermelon plant that grew. I started a bunch, so there's why this is all still bare. And then one more here. And so hopefully they do something. This sunflower doesn't look very good. It looks like that's gonna die. There's a nice one though. And then corn along the next side of the row. So the idea was to have the watermelon grow in and amongst between the corn and the sunflowers, but we'll see how it pans out because there's only two at the moment. Down here at the bottom we have not so good news. Well, as far as my beets, they're doing well, but this back row was all supposed to be cucumber, and I think that might be a cucumber plant. But if it is, and I don't know, I've never grown cucumbers, then that seems to be the only one. So that batch of seeds, and that was seeds that I actually bought from the store, are not doing well at all. I got nothing to grow as far as cucumbers, which is sad because I was hoping that I could learn to pickle cucumbers this year. I mean, I guess I could and still go to the store and buy some, but that kind of defeats the purpose. Now, if you remember from the last time, my lettuce was doing absolutely horrible. and some of them actually survived. So now I do have some iceberg lettuce, and it's funny because I also have it listed as butternut, but I have this one which is very green, and then this one which is very red. So I don't think that these are both the same. This might be red romaine, I'm not sure. But either way, you know, it's cool that some of them actually grew. And I do have, so these are my cabbage. I have one there, one there. I had more going up the hill, but they're all dead. Bugs or whatever just chewed them all up. Seems like this whole section, I lost a lot of my broccoli up there too. I'll get up there in a second. So these are mustard plants, and in and amongst are parsley. So got parsley down in there. I don't know how good of an idea that was because it seems that the parsley is not getting any sun, but it doesn't seem to be impeding them too much. So we'll see how that plays out. I gotta look up actually what I'm supposed to do with mustard. I mean, I want to make, you know, a spice with it, but I don't know how to harvest it, so I'll have to look that up. My carrots ended up working. I did the board method where you lay the board down and you just put the seeds down on some fresh loose topsoil. Put the board down for a few weeks to get it to germinate, and I didn't think that it was successful, but obviously it is, and I might have overdone it because it is carrot on top of carrot in there, and I still swear that this is a carrot. I don't know for sure, but it looks an awful lot like these. Not fully, but a lot. If it's not, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna let it grow. And then here's my basil up here. These are the cherry tomatoes, and then I have my two grapevines that I cut back this year and restarted. This one I'm going to send that way along the fence, and that one I'm thinking about sending the other way and just making a loop over the top of the doorway with them and have them meet down somewhere at the other side of the garden. So step over here. So that is my one rhubarb that I put in here. So I have my perennial under my pear tree, and then these are all broccoli. Some doing better than others. The bugs are definitely have gotten to them. You can see over there, those ones are pretty jacked up. But, you know, hey, if anything, I'm feeding the bugs, right? And down here we have spinach, which seems to be doing well, right there. And then I have a couple of squash that seem to have actually come up. Some small ones there, and then a couple plants there. So not a lot. The top one, see, I planted one there, but that looks like something came in and ate it. Not quite sure. And then I have a few cauliflower. So that one's dying, and but they're getting eaten up by whatever's eating them up. So I don't know how well they're gonna fare, if at all. But I mean, here's this one. There's just, you know, somebody came in and just picked the leaves clean. And then these beefsteak tomatoes running up the side here. And again, down at the bottom, I had hoped for cucumbers, but to no avail. Sad day indeed, but it creates, I got plenty extra room now to grow some other stuff if I want to. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I got a lot of other projects and things that I want to deal with. Like I said, and always say, this is a learning process. I'm not necessarily doing this, you know, to feed my family, to live off of. Some of this stuff, nobody will eat but me. But it's to learn how to do it, learn how to get seeds. I do find it kind of comical that there are a few other channels that I've watched, you know, and that are prepper channels. Now, I got nothing against people going to the store and buying your plants and planting them and having your garden. That's cool. You know, you want home fresh stuff. But for preppers that say, you know, how critical it is to learn how to garden before our shit hits the fan. Well, if you're going to the store or going to a nursery and buying your stuff, your plants, and planting them in the ground, you're not learning how to garden. I mean, you're really not. So I got some blueberries that are coming on finally this year that didn't get anything last year. My dog's barking, so I'm gonna go let her out. Didn't get anything off of that plant, unfortunately. So we're watching the fun times. My mother-in-law just got the new bird feeder, hummingbird feeder, with the moat on top, and the ants trying like hell to figure out how they're gonna get down there, and they're not. She bought a regular one, and the ants were just all over it, so I told her she had to. Here's Ella. Hey Ella. Hey Ella. So I told her she had to go get a moat or a new one with a moat already on it, and that's what she did. So I'll show you my other quick find. I'll leave the other garden till next time. You know, just break it up a little bit, and it's not too much excitement. I mean, I already have strawberries coming. I've already harvested probably a dozen or so. So I got, this is my dill, which is second round dill, because my son knocked it over the first time. So I made him replant it for me. So now he'll be able to say that he planted dill. The jalapenos that my friend gave me, my oregano, and I got some jalapenos that are already popping. Got some little baby jalapenos there, aren't they so cute? And then my catnip. And then again, I learned the hard way, when you're planting marigolds to put in your garden to keep the bugs away, you should probably start them from seed a lot sooner, because they're just now starting to bud. A little late because they already ate all my cauliflower. And then I picked up this. I just got it today. I got this at an auction. This is a Mossberg 12 gauge shotgun, lever action. Something that a lot of people don't like. A lot of people boo-hoo it. It is a 395 KB 12 gauge select choke. So it's got your select choke up at the top. This is definitely an old school shotgun. It's used for waterfowl mainly, from what I understand. It only has 3 round capacity, 2 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. That and the fact that it's bolt action and slower is why a lot of people don't like it. But like I said, it was mainly used for waterfowl. Problems that you have nowadays is that a lot of places, I don't hunt waterfowl. Actually, I don't even hunt yet. It was the first year that I've actually even got my hunter safety course done, and got a license was last fall. But a lot of people, from what I understand, you can't use a lead shot for waterfowl going into the streams and creeks and whatnot, wherever you're shooting, ponds. So because of that, you have to use steel shot, and you cannot run a steel shot through a select choke. At least that's from the research that I've done. So, but either way, I'm not necessarily buying this for hunting. Even though I can, I'm sure I could turkey shoot with it. It wouldn't be a problem. This is just to add to the collection of guns for when shit hits the fan. Like I said, I'm not big on hunting, but this will come in handy. Not that I'm against hunting, I just haven't done it. Just because I, haven't had the opportunity until, like I said, this past year to get out there and start learning how to do it. So I got people that are helping me along. But I bought this at the auction and paid $60 for it. So where can you get a 12 gauge shotgun, even though it's bolt action, boo-hoo, where are you going to get one for 60 bucks? So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. It's starting to run long. I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll talk to you next time. See ya!